Alright, hi everyone, my name is Raymond Snailing, and wow, it's been a while since I've said that last. Because although I do record and edit videos, I do still upload. I've missed the last Snaipple upload. I'm just gonna be honest. Last week I didn't upload a podcast episode. That's on me. You wanna know why? It's because I met Elton John. I'm kidding, but I do have a bit about Elton John. Not much, but you know. I will mention him. I hope he doesn't sue me. I mentioned a lot of things. I mentioned a lot of celebrities and things and brands and whatnot. I find that usually YouTubers or anyone else, they try to censor it or go around it, but I literally have zero affiliation. So it's not like they can sue me, I don't think. Can they? Like, why would they sue? Would they take credit for the story they're telling if it's a story time? Yeah, like, The Odd Ones Out, he calls Subway Suabway. And although we very clearly know what chain that is, it's Suabway. It's not explicitly called what it's called. Why is that? Are they going to sue and ask for the money that... I mean, yeah, technically, he will be making money off of them. Okay, I have found the answer to my own question. See, Snaipple is the path of discovery. You listen to me asking questions, and you listen to me talk garbage about it, spew just steaming hot radish stew. I don't know, I think radish stew would be delicious, but steaming hot garbage I meant. I just didn't want to say garbage twice, but I ended up saying it 3 times. So yeah, I just end up making a segue. Yeah, I just throw all kinds of random stuff that pops into my head, and somehow I navigate my way toward the truth. Because, yes, that would be, say hypothetically, a creator making money off of a chain, but I'm not monetized. I don't make any money off of this. I just do it for the fun of it. So there's no way they can sue me, right? They can't take away what I don't have. Can they? Huh. I'm not gonna discuss that topic. I think that would be very deep and political, and we don't do such things on Snaipple. We're here to escape the outside world, not directly talk about it. Oh wait, I have just come up with another topic for conversation. Let me just write that down real quick because I write down the stuff I want to talk about. And since I missed my upload last week, I have 2 weeks worth of stuff to discuss. Isn't that great for me? It's also kind of nervousing. Is that a word? No, it's stressful because I do feel bad for missing an upload. I'm going to tell you that. I feel like I am failing Snailing. Raymond Failing, that's my new name. Snailing, more like failing. I've done that bit so many times. I've said that joke so many times on the podcast, on the channel. But you know what? That's just how I do stuff. But yeah, back to actually why I didn't upload last week. I went on a trip. It's very simple. It's not a trip abroad because I have a brain and you are not allowed to do that where I'm at. So I did not go abroad. That's just a disclaimer. So yeah, traveled domestically, went to another state. Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, yeah, I think that was then, when I had an upload. So around the time the previous episode aired, which was 2 weeks ago, that weekend I went to the seaside. It was pretty crowded, dude. Like, I'm not going to expose anyone. Not anyone, because there were a lot of people. I'm just going to tell you that. A lot of people. Not many people were wearing masks, let me tell you. And honestly, neither did I or my family, because no one else was. And sometimes the pressure to look normal or fit in is huge, especially when, in terms of appearance, I did not fit in with the society that surrounds me. So I stick out like a sore thumb. If I wore a mask, I would stick out even more. I would attract unwanted attention, which is ironic because I am putting out my content on the internet to attract attention. But you know, this is wanted attention. That type of attention is not wanted. That's it. That's the talk. That's the Raymond talk, the Ray talk. I don't remember what those initials stood for, but I remember that I introduced the idea of a Raymond talk. But yes, so that was all right. I didn't even swim in the sea, and it was super hot. And actually, how they got me on the trip, how my family got me on the trip was, they told me we were gonna see turtles. And that was what we wanted to do, but the turtle sanctuary, it was closed. So, no turtles. Which is fine. You keep the turtles safe. Let them thrive. Let them just live their lives, you know? For 1 year, let them be unbothered. Let them lay their eggs in peace. Maybe they're scared or shy or nervous to do it if everyone else is coming to see them. Like, I know I would be, you know, if I were a turtle. But okay, I'm a snail, so yeah, if people watched me do stuff, I just wouldn't be a fan of that. What I want you to see is me playing video games or something, or doing weird stuff, which is what my videos are. I want you to see me goofing, you know? Not just living my life. That's not how it works. That's not interesting. But imagine if turtles had a sense of humor. Dude, I would love that. Imagine if snails had a snail of humor. A sliver of humor. Yeah, that was actually a self-roast. I was saying that I don't have any sense of humor. Goodbye. But yes, that was where I met Elton John, because I just wore some snazzy sunglasses like I do, and my friend said I looked like Elton John. But, you know, I was too shy to actually be in the photo, so all the selfies I took, they're not actually selfies, they're pictures of Elton John, obviously. So yeah, that's how and why I met Elton John at like the turtle sanctuary thing, because we chilled at the coast a little bit. Had fun. I just sat on a rock eating cookies the whole time. It was great. I also really like car rides. Like, the reason I go for those trips isn't because I want to see things or escape from home. No, I just want to ride in my family's car. That's all there is. I just really like riding cars. And last week, when I actually missed an upload, I went on another trip. But this time, it was to a different place, because it would kind of be sucky if we went to the same place every week, which kind of is what we do when we just go out for, like, groceries. It's not like we go to a different store every time. We're faithful, okay? We're loyal people. We stick to the same few stores. But yeah, this time it was in the mountains, where they actually grow strawberries, and we visited a lavender garden which also had strawberries growing, and we picked some strawberries. Actually, it was very nice. I really enjoyed that place, and it wasn't as hot as it is, so yeah, because it's the mountains, so it's cooler, and there's cold rain. You wake up in the morning and you feel cold. That was bizarre. I haven't felt that in a long time. I haven't felt anything in a long time, actually. Wow, that was very emo. That was very edgy. I'm sorry. That is not true. I have felt happiness. I have felt sadness. I have felt a lot of things because I'm going to tell you about other experiences I had this week, or the past 2 weeks, rather. So yes, we went to the lavender garden / strawberry farm / whatever. And I had fun. But let me just tell you, that place, it is so crowded. And it's not even like tourist season, because we don't get tourists anymore, obviously, because the borders are closed. International travel is a big no-no. So all of those people there are locals, and there's so many cars, and the roads are not specialized. I mean, they're not prepared for such traffic, because dude, there's only one road in one direction and another road in the other. And there are so many cars. And all the, I would call them attractions. All of those are roadside. So there's a lot of cars parking or lining up to park, and it just creates unnecessary tension in traffic. We were actually driving, and on our road, in our lane, because there's only 2 lanes, I said, the ambulance drove in our lane, which is opposite of the traffic direction. And there were like motorcycles waving to get out of the way. And dude, that's concerning. Because I never thought of like traffic affecting people that much. For me, it was mostly an inconvenience. But what if you really have to go somewhere, say you're in an ambulance, and you can't do that? Plus, it's like the mountains. It's pretty dangerous to cluster around like that. I don't know. That's kind of whack, man. That's just my own 2 cents. That's all I have to say on that. But yeah, I think we found a place that's not crowded, and we went there early, which is the Lavender Garden, or Arthur Flower Gardens, because it had different flowers, not just lavenders. They also had lavender ice cream. It was pretty cool. Like, it smelled really nice, and it tasted interesting. I think the taste and smell reminded me of blueberries. But I did sense the lavender. It's just that it's more so blueberry, even though I don't think they had blueberry in there. And there's a cafe there. It basically only offers like strawberry or lavender stuff, which signed me up. You know what? I rarely eat strawberries because usually they're not that good. And I'm not going to say that they were necessarily good in that place, but you know, they were at least somewhat good, and they were much cheaper than we have it here because they're all locally grown, literally grown at that establishment. So it's not a problem, and the strawberries are relatively cheap. So you know what? Give me the strawberry cheesecake, or rather just strawberry cake. We had lavender cheesecake though. That was pretty good, even though it didn't smell much like lavender. It had those lavender seeds, I think. Doesn't matter. But also, lavender tea. That was pretty good. The taste was, I said it was nuclear, but what I meant is it's just kind of strong. And they had not flowers. They had strawberries just not boiling. My God, my vocabulary is just out of place. It's so out of place. It's because I haven't recorded a speaking episode podcast. Yeah, see, I'm just gargling out random words. This is not good. I do speak English. Yeah, I wanted to say that I use English regularly in my life, but obviously I use it less because that's just a whole hour less than I usually would, because usually I would record the podcast, but last week I didn't. So, yeah, you can be angry at me, you can be upset. I'm gonna try and make it a longer episode, but if it's a regular episode, don't sue, please. I'm only human. I didn't plan for my trip too well, because what really happened is I thought that we would be leaving on Friday evening so I could record the podcast in the day, but I usually actually record it Thursday evenings, but now I'm not able to because I'm going to get into that a bit later. I'm still able to record the podcast, obviously, it's just I can't do it on Thursday nights. So I thought I would do it Friday in the day, but no, my mom said we were leaving Friday morning, so I was like, oh no, I don't have any time to put out the podcast because I have to pack my stuff. I have to just overall prepare. It's not, yeah, you do have to put in some time to get ready for your trip, you know? And with a podcast, I probably could have managed if I'd woken up earlier or something, but I am very slow in preparations. Like, I'm gonna have to leave my house tomorrow at 9:30. I'm gonna wake up at 7, bet, because I just take that long to prepare, and I'm going to talk about that a bit later once more. But yeah, I just poorly planned, and I can't record while I'm on the road, obviously, because there would be lots of background noise. I put on music in the car. I don't want to get like copy claimed. I don't know if that's a thing on Spotify, but on YouTube it is. So I don't want my podcast to get muted, because that's the thing, I'm talking. But yeah, I went on a trip. It was nice. End of story, really. And now my family's on another trip, which I didn't go to, because now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going out with my friends to see the My Hero Academia movie. Because, newsflash, movie theaters, cinemas are open again. Like, we're really having stuff opened, but big crowds, they really make me anxious now. I don't like going to crowded places. I didn't like going crowded places before, but now it's just much more so of an inconvenience and a concern to me. But yeah, wear a mask, keep clean, keep safe, stay healthy, all that. But yeah, the My Hero Academia movie, except I think the policy would need to accommodate social distancing, and our theaters were like, we're going to enforce that really, really strictly. So there has to be a 1-seat gap between everyone. And no, they're not going to make any exceptions. So if you come in the same group, no, you're not allowed to sit together. If you live together, you're not allowed to sit together. If you're family, no, you have to get separated for the duration of the movie. And my mom got pissed at that in a way. Like, she got upset at those regulations. Like, bruh, I understand that we go to movies to socialize. At least that's what I go to the movies for, to socialize. Because I go there with a friend. It's more fun to go with a friend or several, and you just talk about the movie in between. I like to talk when the movie is on. I like to talk in general, if you couldn't tell. So yeah, because I think I'm such a comedic genius, I think that whatever I'm saying, the person will find funny, because that would be very witty commentary, that would be a hot take, and I'm just going to be bullying the movie, which is fun! And it's especially fun if you're doing it with friends. Welcome to my TED Talk, thank you for coming. And my mom was like, dude, why would you go to the cinema if you have to maintain social distancing? And she doesn't even wear a mask unless it's demanded of her. So in the case of supermarkets, they don't let people in without a mask, which is very wise. Oh my god, my cats are running around. I'm sorry if you heard that. They are going feral. Their tails get so bushy when they're like playful. I find it so funny. Their tails are very cute. They're very straight usually, so they could just be pointed upright. Or when they're sitting, they're just straight. Not at an angle, not around them. Yeah, wrapped around their bodies. No, they don't do that. They just leave it straight. And it's dead straight too. I think that's funny. But yeah, you could call my mom a little bit of a Karen. I'm not proud of that. My sister isn't proud of that. We both try to get her to, care about the society she lives in, because you know what? We live in a society, dude. We live in a society. So you gotta, oh my god. Dude. Can't just do that, you pushy-tailed cat. Bruh. But yeah, we live in a society. You gotta care about the collective, the team, the group you're part of, which is the society. You're going to sound so much smarter if you just say society. It's just that word that makes you smart, Society. Okay, I should stop. I will stop. Yeah, point is, you gotta care about your surroundings and the people around you. Because she even says that herself. Like, you could be a carrier, but you might not be affected by the plague. Oh my god. Yeah, you might not be affected by the virus. And we're not getting as many cases, although we kind of are, again, because there's another cluster. Dude, that's kind of whack. Like, we were sitting, I want to say chilling and sitting at the same time, so I got sizzling. We were sizzling in a pot with less than 10 cases per week, and now we're back up to 18, which is not fun. But you know, that's how life is now. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people, including in our group. But yeah, we're going to see the movie, and the kicker is that we're going to dress up as characters, not cosplay, because that's also something we do, but no, not cosplay. Oh my, Cat literally jumped up and walked on the wall. I am not lying, I am not sugarcoating, I am not exaggerating. I am telling you the raw truth. So yeah, I'm sorry for background noise. I don't feel like going back and editing this. I don't feel like stopping the take to cut that out. And frankly, this is what my podcast is just Snailing, talking about whatever, and whatever's happening in the background. Amazing. So yeah, we're gonna dress up as characters. I'm going as Todoroki. Toto is not going as Todoroki, even though that would be kind of funny for her. She's going as Aizawa, because Lord does she simp for Aizawa. She simps for that man. Any man that's greasy and looks edgy or grumpy. Yeah, just greasy, grumpy, and no, I think it was just GG. The rule of GG. If you're greasy and grumpy, Toto will like you. And also perhaps older, because that's just the type of characters she likes. And I do understand why she finds them attractive, because, I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit later. I have a lot of things to elaborate on later. I'm not sure who else is going as who, but I think we're going to have a Fat Gum. We're going to have Ida, maybe. Yeah, whoever we have, we're going to have. And it's going to be pretty cool, I think. It's going to be fun. And we're all going to be wearing masks, of course, because we care about the society. We care about our surroundings, as opposed to my mom. That is very bad. I'm calling out my mom. I can't help that. She can, but she won't, so big sigh. And yeah, you know what she says about that? She just says it's uncomfortable. Well, I'm uncomfortable getting sick. I'm uncomfortable with the thought of other people perhaps getting sick because of me. So, how's that? And I like the memes of like different characters wearing masks for a prolonged period of time, like Kaneki Ken from Tokyo Ghoul. He wears a mask. Why can't you wear a mask outside? Which, you know, sigh. But okay, another thing about me going outside is, yeah, I talked about how I started my Japanese lessons again, but they were online. And honestly, yeah, they tired me out a lot. But when I came to the school in person, because they're allowed to operate now, they're open, we just all have to wear a mask, which I don't mind, again, even if it's for 2 hours straight. I don't mind that. Dude, stop. Yeah, but I find that time really passes, it really flies in person. You'd feel like online, you don't really, I don't know, I just feel more comfortable in person, both talking in person, just vibing, and having a class in person, you know? But, yeah, I just feel it's less awkward, even if some people I am meeting for the first time, like my teacher. But, yeah, it's alright. I was just really glad to be able to have a class. And it lasts for 2 hours, too. It's not just like a 40-minute or 1 hour class. It's 2 hours. And it's a step up from the classes I used to have in the previous course, because your girl is Japanese Intermediate 3 now. Oh my, next level is advanced. Wow, am I really getting... Yeah, I'm getting to know Japanese much better now. I feel kind of proud of myself, man. Like, not to brag. It's just that, yeah, I understand a lot of things now. And now that I'm playing Yakuza, which is also a major thing that I want to talk about, it's become a major part of my life now. The Yakuza game series. I'm playing Yakuza 0 because it's technically the prequel to all the other games, even though it came out in 2015 and not, like, way before. I don't know when all the other Yakuza games came out, but yeah, Yakuza is a pretty cool series, I would say. Of course, I can't judge the series because I've only played a little bit of Yakuza 0, but it's amazing. I really love it. I love it. The story is good. Okay, this is Raymond's game review. Game review. Haha, funny. But yeah, people compare it to GTA a lot, which is not true because in GTA, the point is to commit crime and evade the law. And while you could argue that Yakuza it's organized crime, so technically it would be committing crime, but no, that's not actually the case, because whenever you beat up people, it's for a good cause. Like, you would find some hooligans, delinquents, random bikers on the street harassing people, or just bullying, you know? And you would beat them up, because bullying is not tolerated on my street. And any boss fight, I think it's also, it happens for a reason. You don't kill anyone in the game, so it's very wholesome in that way. Kiryu, the main character, Kiryu has never killed a man. And he could never. So yeah, you could beat the hell out of someone, and when the fight is over, they would be standing and talking and huffing and puffing like, oh no, I'm never gonna bully you again. I'm so sorry, this won't happen again. Yeah, just leave me alone. Okay, you're very strong, bye-bye. Yeah, that's what happens, and you get money out of that. And no one is after your head because you're not doing anything wrong. And yes, this story, it can be pretty heavy and confused, but I find that that's what's good about it. The game is very story-centered with a lot of cutscenes and dialogue, so if you're not a fan of that, then yeah, I guess Yakuza isn't for you. But I'm a big fan of the story. I don't really see a lot of things coming because, you know, I'm not really familiar with the Japanese mafia. I'm not sure about you, but I can't really tell you much about the mafia and how things work. And yeah, the plot is very juicy for Yakuza 0. I can't even tell you exactly what it is because every chapter it sort of brings a twist to it. But yeah, the main character, the two main characters, because now I've met both of them. Oh, dude, Kiryu, he has a heart of gold. He's not just this character that likes to beat people for the sake of it, you know? And like I said, when you beat people up, it's for a good cause. Yeah, I would say all his actions are rather selfless, which is what makes him such an amazing character to me. He also looks pretty. All the characters look so pretty. There's a lot of characters that I just look at and I think, wow, they're so pretty. And that's okay for me to say. It's not simpery because it's not like I would sell my kidney for them. It's just that I find that they look very good. It's aesthetic attraction. I like their personality. I just like those things. It's not like I want them to pay attention to me because I know they couldn't. So, you know the way I am with Sans, if you watch my Undertale videos, that's simpery, but for these characters, for Kiryu, for Majima, which is another amazing character, I actually know like 3 or 4 girls that simp for Majima. I'm going to join them very soon, bet. But yeah, he's a very charismatic character, I'll tell you that. He's charismatic, he's very complex, so is Kiryu too. So yeah, the two main characters, they're incredibly likable because, you know, hearts of gold. Hearts of Gold, Biceps of Steel, all that. So they're just very great characters. And yeah, dude. I just really like Yakuza. And I think it's unfair that it's so underrated, especially in the West. Because, it's a Japanese game. It's not even GTA. It's very... Oh, I also wanted to mention the sub-stories. A very wholesome part of the game are the sub-stories. They're also quite ridiculous because, like I said, the main story is kind of heavy and complicated, but the sub-stories, they're very shallow, but they're fun to do. So there's this one sub-story where you have to teach a band that's very popular with delinquents or like rebellious people, bikers and stuff. Gangsters. The band is very popular with those kinds of people, but the band members themselves, they're actually very innocent, like choir boys. They don't do that. It's just their look and what got them popular. So you have to teach them how to be tough for a Q&A panel they were hosting. There was also a side quest about a boy wanting to get a game. And people just kept stealing the game from him, so we had to return it to him. So that was pretty fun, I would say. All the side quests are very fun and they're wholesome and all of that. And the mini games are are pretty cool. I know you can do karaoke. It's like a rhythm game. Because you don't have to sing yourself, although I very well could. The songs, they are amazing. I love the songs. Me and my friends, they really got me on the Yakuza bandwagon. Honestly, if it weren't for my friends, I wouldn't be playing the game. And if they weren't like nagging at me to play, I wouldn't be playing. So I'm really glad they got me into the fandom, although I'm not all that deep because I'm only playing one game so far. And there's a lot of games. I think there's 7, and there's side games, like spin-offs. Not the main story, they're just like spin-offs. So yeah, that's that's a lot for me to handle, but I'll probably persevere. I will soak into the hours. So far I have like 12 hours in the game, which isn't much, but I'll get there. Another minigame is dancing. I don't quite understand how it works yet, or rather, I'm just not that good at it. There's also shogi, which I believe is just a Japanese form of chess. So it's not exactly chess, but it's very reminiscent of it. So it's a board game. Kind of reminds me of chess. There's pawns, there's bishops, there's a queen, stuff like that. So all the figures are kind of the same. It's just that they move in a slightly different way. And they're much harder to tell apart for me because it's just wooden, what are they called? Pieces, yeah, with kanji on them. So I'm not really good at kanji in general. Like the Chinese characters, they borrowed from the Chinese language. They're actually not the same. Japanese kanji is a little bit different from the Chinese characters, which is pretty cool in my opinion. But some things are familiar. No, not familiar. Similar. So yeah. And because those are written in like calligraphy, dude, I'm bad at kanji in general, like printed kanji. You think I'd be good at calligraphy? Maybe the other scripts, hiragana, katakana, I would be able to handle in calligraphy just because I can pick them out. But sometimes I even can't do that. So I often find myself just stopping and looking at signs in Yakuza, trying to read that, which is epic. And since there's no English dub, and honestly I wouldn't want an English dub for it, the Japanese voices are great. Because there's a lot of dialogue. There's just English subtitles and the interface is in English. It's very cool for me to kind of level up my audio comprehension in a way, because when people say random stuff on the street, you don't get subtitles for that because it's not important, but I still understand that, which is cool. I like that. And some of the karaoke songs, like I said, those are very lit songs. I like them. yeah, I don't really have to look at the translation to know what they're about, which is very cool. Thank you, Yakuza, very cool. So yeah, I'm like semi-proficient in Japanese at this point, like the halfway point. Of course, there's never an end to learning, but I just think that's neat. Thank you for listening to that. What else? Oh yeah, I am recording my gameplay of Yakuza. I'm not having face cam because honestly, I don't bother to try and look nice for when I play Yakuza. And I have to spend a lot of time playing Yakuza. And frankly, I'm not going to put out the whole story. So if you want to get invested in the story, I suggest you watch someone else play the game or play it yourself, even better. Because I will only be posting the highlights. So what I'm prioritizing in the gameplay is the entertainment value. And since there's a lot of reading and dialogue, I can't possibly read through all of it, so I'm just going to cut that out. It won't matter. All the clips will be out of context. Or if you play the game, you will know the context. I just need to get to editing that footage because every recording, every time I sit down and play it, it's like 2 to 3 hours long, and not everything of that is entertaining because when the cutscenes go on, I go silent most of the time. Or when I have to read, I just read because I would get so tired reading the dialogue. I read all the dialogue for like one sub-story, a side quest, and it got so tiring. And frankly, even now speaking, it's so tiring. My cats are at it in the background again. I hope they have fun at least because I'm having fun recording even though I am a little bit tired. It's kind of late and I've gotten a little bit rusty on the speaking part in the podcast, but I'll get back in that. I'm finding myself out of breath. I promise I'm healthy. I'm good. What else was I going to talk about? Meow. Wow, they're really having fun. Just running around, playing tag, wrecking everything in their path, because that's just what cats do. So yeah, do ignore the background noise. I don't think there's much of it now because my family's away right now on a trip I mentioned. They're gonna go camping, and like I'm not a fan of camping. Just miss me with that camping stuff. Okay, what else? Oh, musical stuff. I felt very into the music. Okay, since I was talking about Yakuza, I'm just going to talk about the song that I really like. There's 24 Hours Cinderella and there's Baka Mitai. Baka Mitai is translated as like a fool. So, yeah, they're really nice songs. And I got 24 Hours Cinderella stuck in my head. I actually tried playing it on the piano, so if I get around to it, I might make a full cover of it. And it's something that I can sing. 素直に I love you ごときよきっと you love me 伝わるさ君に合うガラスの靴を探そう And then it just goes on. It's a nice song. There's also Baka Mitai, which the chorus goes ダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎて It's a lit song. It's actually the first song I did in karaoke in Yakuza. Because the songs in Yakuza are great. No one's going to change my mind. But also, some songs are used in Fallout New Vegas. Because I have been having severe Fallout New Vegas brain rot. I haven't even played the game yet. I bought it on the Steam sale, but I haven't played the game yet. The reason I know so much about it and have brain rot is entirely my boyfriend. It's just head empty, only Fallout New Vegas. I'm not complaining because, you know, I still like to talk to him. Nothing can change that. It's just that I got the brain rot. Everything I look at, it's like, is this a Fallout reference? Fun fact, while I play Yakuza, it's always like, is this a JoJo reference? It's a running bit. But yes, everything, Fallout. My sketchbook, it's no longer JoJo themed sketches. It's just Fallout. Why? I already told you why. I promise I'll play the game sometime. But yeah, so far the only option I have is watching him play because he uploads videos on YouTube, the tube of you. And I watch them. They're pretty long and they're not edited, it's just raw footage, but I watch them, I still like it. And I do the Big Iron counter because, you know, the epic song, Big Iron slaps. I'm not going to take criticism on Big Iron's behalf. But you know what else slaps? Heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I got troubles. No, I got heartaches by the number. A love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Yeah, it's a nice song. Oh, yeah, so I mentioned that we went to the seaside, the coast, 2 weeks ago, and every time we go to that state, we've made it a tradition to put on Jesus Christ Superstar, the musical, and it slaps. I like it. I haven't seen the show, which I should, you know, like the actual musical show, not a TV show, but you understand. An actual stage production, that's what I meant. I kind of had the option though. So yeah, one time I was visiting in Russia, I was in Moscow, and we like to go to the theater. We're all theater kids in my family, theater people. We like musicals, we like regular theater. So we do make it sort of a tradition. It's just a must for us to go to a theater sometime, especially when I come and visit, because I did not have the luxury of theaters here, only movie theaters, which they are inferior, not going to lie. I should stop saying that. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying that. Yeah, it's just very cool to go to the theater. So, oh yeah, what I was talking about was that one time we went to a theater and we saw a musical. It was also a rock opera. I think Jesus Christ Superstar, like, it is in rock genre. It's just that it's not an opera, I would say. It's a musical. So yeah, I don't think I had the option. It's just that it turned out they were showing Jesus Christ Superstar there, but we went to see, I don't know how the English name would be. I think it would be Juno and Avos. Yeah, in Russian it's Yunona и Avos. And I don't even remember what the plot is about. I think it was, I can't remember, and I don't want to butcher the plot. It's just a very cool musical. I really love the show. Seeing it was amazing. But yeah, another song I came to like on the road trip, because I really took a liking to Russian songs again. Usually all the songs I listen to are in English. I'm not really a fan of songs in Russian, especially pop music. Russian pop sucks. No one can change my mind. But some of it is good. And some of the older songs are even better, like the Soviet era songs. Those were just chef's kiss. Mwah. Good stuff. But there's a sort of oldish band. It's been a while. It's been around for a while. It's called Bravo. And there's this one song, Aeroplan, that I really, really came to like. Fortunately, we also played it on loop because where we were driving, the cell signal was horrible. So it was as impermanent as my self-love. Oof, that was very dark. I promise, I'm okay. So yeah, the connection was really bad. The cell service, that's what it's called. So I couldn't play any other songs, so we had to play Aeroplan on loop. And I learned it by heart, basically. It's like, далеко, но не дальше, чем север, высоко, но не выше, чем снег. Я лечу и поет мне пропеллер эту песню про дальний рассвет. 5 часов до него еще лету, 5 задумчиво долгих часов. Но люблю я такую работу и люблю эту песню без слов. Yeah, it's just like that. I'm not gonna sing the chorus because this isn't a music covers podcast. It's just me talking about random stuff and having fun and vibing, and sometimes the vibes include music. I hope you enjoyed the singing because I'd feel really bad if you didn't. I think one other thing I would want to talk about is cake. Everything is cake now, apparently. If you've been on the internet, you know, everything can be cake. Like, we've been through the hyper-realistic cakes. We've seen them before, but it's just much, much scarier this time around because the things look like vegetables. They look like different kinds of food. There was a cheeseburger cake. There was mac and cheese cake. Mac and cake. Mac cake and cheese. Ew. Ew. There was cake that looked like an onion. And the one that really shook me to the core was the cake that looked like it looked like raw meat, like chicken breasts. Dude, those are insane. What if everything was cake? What if this is all a dream? What if Snaipple podcast was cake? What if I was cake? It really do be like that. You're just questioning everything around you. But honestly, I'm here for it. I like the cake bandwagon. I like the cake trend, the memes. They're just escalating. I really like where memes are going right now. Like the always has been meme. It's been around for a while. Actually, no, correction, it's always been around. It's always been there. But I like where the memes are going. It's just good stuff to distract me. Because it's still 2020. Things are still questionable quality. I don't know what the writers of the season are doing, but I'm really enjoying this cake sub-story, this subplot. Cake is okay. Cake is okay. Haha, funny. That was really bad. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think I'm going to draw this episode to a close. Like, I'm kind of feeling the burnout of talking for an hour straight because I haven't done that in a while, and no one in my family would let me. It's not like I socialize with them a whole lot. And my friends, they would choose to choke themselves, then listen to me for an hour straight. And that's where I'm going to end it. I hope you had a good time listening. I hope that you tune in next week if I upload, which hopefully I will. I should, because I post episodes every Saturday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So subscribe on YouTube if you're watching there. Subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, or rather follow it. I don't know what you do on Spotify. Just continue streaming the podcast. I would be really happy if you did. I'm happy to get your support. Wow, I really forgot how to do outros. That's okay. Hope to see you next week. I hope Snaipple becomes a staple in your routine. And have a nice day. Bye!